Trump signs tremendous deals with Saudi Arabia on his first day overseas. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. President Trump made a splashy debut on the world stage here Saturday, ushering in a new era in U.S. Saudi Arabian relations by signing a joint strategic vision that includes $110 billion in American arms sales and other new investments that the administration said would bring hundreds of thousands of jobs. "It was a great day," Trump said. He cited tremendous investments in the United States and jobs. While initial details were scanned, the agreement signed included a U.S. letter of intent to support Saudi Arabia's defense needs, with sales of a number of items, naval ships, tanks and other vehicles that were the subject of agreements under earlier administrations, as well as some new items that had never passed the discussion stage, such as sophisticated THAAD missile defense systems. Other items are intended to modernize Saudi Arabia's cyber defense and airborne intelligence gathering, and secure its borders. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, in a news conference with his Saudi counterpart, described common views on counterterrorism, the threat from Iran and regional security. He outlined, like Amin did, goals in the security and economic spheres and said, "We're very proud of this relationship that we are embarking on with the kingdom." What emerged as a veritable love fest between the two governments was a marked contrast to years of growing estrangement under President Barack Obama. This is the beginning of a turning point in the relationship between the United States and the Arab and Islamic world, Saudi Foreign Minister Adel Al-Jubeir proclaimed alongside Tillerson. Trump's visit, he said, begins to change the conversation with the Islamic world from one of enmity to one of partnership. In addition to the security agreements, Jubeir said, U.S. business leaders here at an economic forum designed to coincide with Trump's visit signed deals potentially worth more than $200 billion over the next 10 years. Executives from a number of major U.S. companies unveiled investment partnerships with the Saudis, including Blackstone, a private equity giant that announced a $40 billion infrastructure fund. Stephen A. Schwartzman, Blackstone's chairman and chief executive, is close to Trump and leads the White House's Economic Advisory Council of CEOs. Jubeir also praised ExxonMobil, the energy behemoth that Tillerson ran until retiring to join the administration, as the largest investor in Saudi Arabia. Trump was received like visiting royalty from the moment Air Force One touched down in Riyadh on Saturday morning, after an all-night flight from Washington, where he helped to leave behind the growing Russia scandal threatening his presidency. In a series of official arrival ceremonies at the airport and the Royal Court Palace, Trump, his wife, Melania, and an entourage including virtually his entire senior White House staff and some of his cabinet, were serenaded by military bands, treated to a flyover of Saudi jets, feted in opulent palaces and given the undivided attention of King Salman, ruler of this ultra-conservative Muslim nation. As Trump arrived at Maraba Palace for a royal dinner, hundreds of Saudi men in long, white robes danced the Arda, a traditional sword dance that is performed on Saudi National Day in honor of special guests. Trump, grinning broadly at the festivities, waded in and took a few obligatory dips in the dance. Several of Trump's male aides, along with Salman, participated with more enthusiasm. Tillerson and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross raised swords and linked arms with Saudis, chanting to the beat of feathered drums, while Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, Chief Strategist Stephen K. Bannon and National Economic Council Director Gary Cohn also laughed and swayed. American country star Toby Keith performed at a Manson concert in Riyadh on Saturday night, coinciding with Trump's visit. As Trump and Salman were driven in a golf cart around the palace after dinner, the president trained his eyes on a jumbo screen playing the live concert. The ebullient welcome reflected a kingdom eager to rekindle its relationship with the United States, and to use the visit to declare and solidify its own leadership role in the Muslim world. Jubeir, in the news conference with Tillerson, heaped praise on Trump, saying that the foreign policy novice had the vision, strength, and decisiveness, in the estimation of the Saudi leadership, to bring peace between Israelis and Palestinians. The minister went on to borrow one of Trump's favorite campaign slogans, saying that a new relationship between the United States and the Arab world could drain the swamps from which extremism and terrorism emanates? In their private talks, Trump and Salman discussed their shared view of the threat from Iran. Asked about Friday's re-election of Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, Tillerson said he hoped Rouhani would use